All right, guys, I'm going to go over the bare minimum for drumline and front ensemble on keyboard. The bare minimum is the first 4 exercises in your Mallet Technique exercises in your handbook. Okay, I put here on in the description on YouTube, I have the handbook PDF there, and it says it's pages 20 and 21. If you need the scale cheat sheet, that's on pages 23 and 24. Okay, this is at 100, pretty slow. This is just to dust off our skills on keyboards, very basic stuff we did in middle school. Okay, so if you're doing any scale that starts on the lower manual, you have to start with a stack for all scales. So if it's lower manual, I want your left hand on the bottom. So if you're on the bottom, put your left hand on the bottom. If you're starting your scale on the top, put your left hand on the top. Very simple rule to follow there. Okay. So, yeah, so our C scale is 2 octaves, and as soon as you finish your stack, then we're not going to stack. So we have kind of 2 hit spots on that stack, and then I want you to go with the upper manual for that. So in other words, I'm going stack, and then I'm going above the center, above center, above center, above center, above center, above center, and then back to my stack. So my left hand has to do all the moving, okay? And I'll explain how to approach that when we add more notes. Then we have simple thirds up and thirds down. When you're doing thirds up, it says it on your music, but I'm just going to go ahead and break it down. Your left hand lead. And where you're going down, that's right hand lead. Right. Okay, and then we have our advanced arpeggios, which is the same arpeggios that we learned in middle school, but then we're going up each note. So C, E, G, C, and then I'm going E, G, C, E. It's the same notes, but I'm starting on the next one in the sequence. And then follow your music. It's got your double right and double left. Read your music. Okay, so here is your scale, 2 octave scale sequence. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Notice that everything was piston stroke, but not too high. Okay, I'm just trying to refresh some of our skills that we used to have. So if let's say F would be next. And so on, go through the same sequence. Again, because I'm starting on the bottom, my left's on the bottom. Now, if I go and do all of those 3 sequences, and I go into the B flat scale, B flat starts on the top, so I'm going to put my left hand on the top. So you need to make your way through all these scales. Now, when I'm playing hit spot wise, I've already talked about what I want on the stack, but when you start doing scales that have flats and or sharps and naturals, when you're on the top, go ahead and hit on the bottom of the resonator. And the resonator's the little pipes, the circles, right? And then when you're on the bottom, hit on the top of the resonator. Okay? So in other words, we have 2 hit spots on a resonator, right? We have just above center and just below center. We never want to hit center, okay? So we're just trying to maximize we're trying to make sure our motion is being more centralized. So we're going to try to get everything towards each other. So if you're on the top, right here, these notes go on the bottom of that resonator, and if you're on the bottom, go on the top. So everything kind of gets smushed down, and we're saving and conserving our motion. Okay? All right, so I'm going to move on to green. All right, so this, we don't have any roll, so we don't need to stack. I'm gonna go to the top of the resonator, top of the resonator hit spot for this, and if I have any notes on the top, I'm gonna hit in the bottom. Same idea, okay? So this is pretty simple. Right hand lead, 1, 2, ready, go. important. C is obviously the hardest one because it's all on the bottom. You don't have any hit spots to check or different patterns to help you. So really focus on your right hand. Okay? All right. And like I said, these scales get easier as you start adding patterns. Yeah, as soon as you start adding your shapes, it gets a lot easier. Okay. Remember, the top note is always the second note of the scale when you're starting at the beginning. So I just did the B flat, so C is the second note of the B flat scale. So my top note was the C. Okay, 2-octave chromatic scale. Okay, right hand lead, triplets, 2 octaves. 1, 2, ready, go. Now, that's pretty simple. Left hand, it is kind of strange, the left hand will stack on top even though we're on the bottom for that one because we're coming from our C sharp. So just pull that left hand down for the roll at the end. So that is the one exception on the stack when you're on the lower manual. First time your left hand's going to be on top there. Okay, so octaves is the final requirement for everybody for bare minimum keyboard. And just try to make sure we're matching. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so, I mean, I wasn't perfect either. I mean, just keep pushing through it. I can tell if you practice, okay, guys? Now, you're gonna want to accent these like this, like. Don't do that, keep everything up. Okay, try to piston everything, okay?